Hey, welcome to the Luigi Banner Postgame Show live here at Let It Fly Sports Bar as the Jays go down 70-66 in a great college basketball game. It was high level. Man, that crowd was lit from start to finish. Fortunately, a couple of things that came back to bite the Jays tonight. Been lingering on here for a while, so we'll talk about those. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. If you can hit that subscribe button, it helps us out a ton. Make sure and use the chat feature down below to ask your questions, give your comments. Man.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, 14-point lead the first half.
Yeah.
But again, like my number one thing is we've been giving up offensive rebounds all year long, and tonight it came back and bit us.
Yep. Too many second chance points.
Especially in the second half. There was two crucial ones. I mean, we gave up 3 to Kerman. Or not Kerman. Kerman took 3 shots. Thank God he was building a brick house, because if he hadn't, we'd have got beat by 25.
Yeah.
He was 0 for 7 from 3.
Yeah, he played. He's been cold the past couple games, I'd say. Still trying to find rhythm.
He was 0 for 7. Ball tonight, too. He was only 4 for 15. He was 0 for 4. So between those two guys who are key components, other obviously McNeely, they were 0 for 11 from 3. Right. That's crazy.
Yep.
Crazy. So, we did a pretty good job of ball, I thought.
I think we did decent. He had flashes every now and again that kind of just kept him alive. He had some timely buckets, but it was tough. It was tough, I think, for the guys to really focus in. We just got a slow start to the second half. It was tough.
We're going to have to stop having gallery in here if they're not going to obey the rules, okay? Yeah, I'm talking to you.
He straightened up there.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Then he's going to come over and kick my butt. Yeah. What did you make of the last? Like, everybody's leaving, and I'm like, Caravan's bricked everything tonight. He might not make this free throw, and he missed it.
Yep.
And then we got the ball with 20-some seconds left, and we were running off screens. I think 3 or 4 guys touched the basketball, and they didn't foul.
Yep.
Finally, they fouled Jemiah.
And I think the original first look was looking for TRAUDT off a flare.
Yeah.
And I think he got caught up on Kalkbrenner's leg, so then he lost his footing. Then it wasn't there. Then
Ash tried to make the corner. Then Ash looked like he was going to take it all the way to the basket. Then he backed out thinking, oh, well, we need a 3, which, to me, with 23 seconds, you could take it 2.
You could take it 2. Time and score always is huge, right? Yeah. And I just think he got kind of lost in the game there of, we need a 3. Let's tie this up.
Jemiah missed the first free throw, right? And then he missed the second one intentionally, and then Jason missed one intentionally.
Right.
But Jemiah, so you can play that game if you want. Obviously, they wouldn't have fouled when they did like they did. We wouldn't have fouled Jason at the end, had we made the free throws. But saw something we don't see very often. Ashworth missing a free throw.
Oh, yeah. Everybody was talking about, what's he shooting on the year around me. So it was almost that broadcaster's curse. And then he missed the next one. So it was, it was just,
amazingly, though,
it was just one of those
I think
games.
He was at 98%. He was 11 for 12. So he wasn't that far off.
No, not at all. Not at all. But he did have 5 turnovers.
Which is crazy.
He did have 5 turnovers.
He did. And again, he takes that shot, which, I'm not in love with it. I'm not in love with it, but I understand it. But those ones where you just dribble off your foot right out in the middle and they go for a pick 6, those are the ones that kill me.
That one at the beginning of the second half.
Yes.
Gave up. Yep. That one was tough. But, yeah, you playing, 2-time national champs.
Yeah.
5 turnovers is not going to get it done,
But
they also didn't shoot that great from 3, so we've kind of been, been skating by the edges of our teeth really the last couple games, shooting pretty poorly from 3. But I think we still got a lot to walk away from proudly. We were still in this game. Like
58-15, we battled back. Yep.
14-point lead in the first.
We can't have
really flat.
We can't have Ash go for 5. I mean, that's what he does is shoot threes.
You can't.
Yeah.
And it just came out really flat in the second, which I think just put us, now we were fighting back for some
it's always that first 4 minutes, man. That first 4 minutes always worries me, and I thought we got the stop there at the end of the half, but so I thought maybe that was it. Hey, before we get to player profile, let's talk about CareMinders Home Health Care. Terrific sponsor. If you're in need of care for your injured, ill, or senior loved one, reach out to CareMinders Home Health Care. Their agency is comprised of certified caregivers who have many years of experience. You'll receive versatile, flexible, and customized care for your comfort and peace of mind and well-being. So check them out, caremindersnebraska.com, to see all that they can offer. And then when you're ready to talk to them, you can give them a call, 402-532-1383. That's 402-532-1383. And appreciate on late notice, Mr. Isaac Trout joining us.
How's it going?
How's it going, buddy?
Going good.
Wow, that was a high-level basketball game tonight.
Yeah, it was.
The crowd was lit.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy in there. Coming into the game, obviously McNeely, terrific player, but you got Ball, you got Carabin. What was kind of the defensive game plan there?
Yeah, it's tough when those three guys. I felt like our focus was kind of on chasing Ball and Carabin because their ability to shoot the ball, and they didn't shoot it particularly great tonight.
Right, they did not.
I
think they were 0 for 11 from 3.
Yeah, we knew McNeely was really good, but we were going to try to kind of take away the other two. But he made some really tough shots. I didn't think our defense was really that bad on him. I think he just made a bunch of good shots. That's why he's probably a lottery pick. Yeah. So he's just really good.
I don't know how you feel about this, but we've had during even this winning streak, we've had some games and some times where we've given up some offensive rebounds, and we've battled around it with hitting threes or whatever. Tonight, especially in the second half, in 2 crucial times, we gave up 2 offensive rebounds in 2 possessions that just killed us.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something we gotta work on
because their big guys were out of the game.
For sure. And that kind of makes it tougher to rebound when there's 5 guys on the perimeter like that.
Yeah,
they're all kind of
right.
They're all kind of running at the hoop instead of just big guys just kind of staying under the basket. But yeah, that's something we got to work on. I'm sure we'll get back to that this week.
I'm sure Mac might bring that up.
Yeah,
over the next week, huh?
Yep, 100%.
How are you feeling?
Feeling good. I mean, we had a really good run. It was a tough one tonight, especially at home, but, we're still in it. We're still in the race to be at the top of the Big East where we want to be. So we just got to, have a couple good practices and then take care of business Sunday in New York. So
that's what I told people. I said, the players don't think this, or coaches, I get that, but this is a brutal stretch. I mean, you just saw what Marquette did. Over 3 in their stretch, those 3 games. Yeah. I said, man, even the most optimistic Jays fan, even though we have 2 of these at home, you can't think, you can't go in thinking, oh, we're going to win all 3. If you can get 2 of these 3, that's huge, and especially getting the one on the road against the team that's in first place, that's huge. That'd be huge Sunday.
It would be huge. We played 10 games in 32 days or something like that. So it was a grind, but we'll get rested up tomorrow and then get back to the drawing board Thursday.
Boy, you're going to get home Sunday. You're going to kick your feet up a little bit, huh?
Yeah, we'll be able to
get a whole week off.
Yeah. I think that'll be needed. Guys battling little minor bumps and bruises and a lot of sickness going around too with everyone. So.
Yeah. How bad is that? I mean, is it just the crap that's going around?
Yeah, pretty much. But when everyone on the team pretty much has it, it's
draining.
It affects you a little bit, but not enough to lose a game.
Well, Isaac's not going to kick his feet up all next week because Thursday he's going to join us for the Infusion Brewing RTI Threads event. Man, I can't wait.
Absolutely.
Thanks for doing that, by the way. Got people already going, Isaac's going to be there. I need to get this autograph. You'll have plenty of time. He'll sign them all. Yep. Okay? So thanks for doing that. We'll talk more about that later. What was the other takeaways you had from the game tonight?
I mean, like you said, the offensive rebounds were a problem. I think we got to limit our turnovers more too. We try to get out and transition quite a bit, which is great. But I think we have to be a little smarter sometimes with
trying to take those home runs.
Yeah, definitely. The home runs, you know, it's especially in front of an amped crowd. Those are awesome. Like the crowd loves that. It gets people going. But
Jemiah's dunk kind of got everybody going.
Yeah, definitely. But I think it's better to kind of focus on hitting singles than trying to go for more home runs.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that we could all agree on.
And I've always said too, you know, like I'm okay with one of those once in a while. Like it's like a quarterback, you know, throwing that 50-yard bomb every play, and then once in a while throws an interception. Okay, but he's hitting 3 touchdowns. Okay, that's fine. But some of the sloppy ones are just, I don't know, you're just not, you know, just making not a smart play, you know, in the half court or whatever. And like you said, I didn't even see what the points off turnovers were. 10-9, so it wasn't really too bad because we got a couple too. But that's kind of a misleading stat because if you turn it over in the half court, somebody just holds the ball and then you get on score, they give you a point off turnover. I just remember a couple of times UConn got pick sixes. So those are the ones you don't want. You guys. In the other thing too, I think we had that lead. Okay, 14, and then kind of whittled it down to 11 or so, and then we had 3 shots, wide open looks that all went in and out. Ty had one, Steven had one in the half. They got to 8. You had a great stop at the end of the half. And then at the end of the game, too, in the last 3 or 4 minutes, we had a couple just go in and out. Like Steven had one and so forth. You know, and that resulted in us only shooting 29% from 3. So
that's tough. I mean, some of that could also be, you know, playing 3 games in a row. You know, guys,
little fatigue
here
it
and
just
there.
Seemed, but as a fan, this just seemed like that from Saturday to now.
100%. Yeah, it was a really quick turnaround. You know, and that's tough because, you know, the day after a game, you're not really pounding into the ground running. You're more of a mental day, which I think we did a good job of. But you know, there's always going to be a little fatigue in here and there, but never enough to lose a game.
Yeah, I think game plan wise, I mean, you guys got it. I mean, I like you said, you know, it did a pretty good job on everybody. Really, I mean, McNeely's just a special player, and that's kind of, if you look at UConn. When he was out with that ankle injury, that's kind of when they went on their slide. I mean, you know.
That was really kind of the difference. I mean, when we played him at their place, he wasn't there. So,
right.
It was a different game plan.
All right. Hey, by the way, I want to mention to you, saw the piece on Fox about your diabetes. That was excellent. Nice job on that, by the way.
They did a good job on that for sure.
Yeah. Did it feel good, like telling your story and so forth?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to do that because, you know, I've had a lot of people kind of reach out since then and, you know, have like requests to, you know, talk to their kids or something like that.
That's cool.
That are going through similar things with sports and battling diabetes. So, you know, I like doing that. I like, you know, trying to help people that are maybe new to it that, you know, I've had it for 17 years now, so I don't really know any different.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So, just trying to help them through that is important to me.
I went through a whole stretch just recently of about a year and a half where I had type 2.
Okay.
But then sometimes that will disappear. And so I went in for a physical, and he said, no, it's all gone. I'm like, oh, geez, I can have a candy bar again? How often, like, do you have to really monitor it? I'm sure Jeremy and Ben help you out a ton with that, right?
Yeah. I mean, when I need them. But for the most part, I'm pretty independent with it. I feel like I've got a pretty good hold on it.
You can kind of tell.
Yeah.
All right. Have you seen much of St. John's?
Yeah. I mean, obviously played them on New Year's Eve, but you know, they're going to be a lot better at the Garden. They really crashed the offensive glass, so
there you go.
That's probably what we'll be doing all week in practice.
Putting that cone in the basket.
I had to imagine.
Guys just love that, don't you?
Yeah. It's not fun, but
get the pads out.
Murph is ready. Murph is ready. I'm ready for this one.
Yeah. So.
And then they played. I've just noticed the last 2 weeks, like this UConn team, when they played them last week, UConn couldn't even get in their offense.
No.
I mean, that's how strict. So we've got to be able to be really tough with the ball, like you said, turnovers.
Yep.
And then I think though, once we can get into our offense, I think there's something to be made. You know, there's backdoor plays, there's getting the ball in the caulk, there's some screens and getting some open threes, but it's getting the ball across half court and then getting into your offense. That's going to be the key.
Yep, got to break their press and, like you said, get into the flow of our offense, and that'll be There'll be a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
We saw that at home when we played them. We took care of the ball, I thought. I don't really recall, but it was
a rock fight. I remember that.
It didn't seem we had like a ton of turnovers, so I think we did a good job handling that. So
played in the Garden once, right? Twice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Counting the Big East tournament.
What was it like the first time stepping on the floor?
It's cool. It's like it kind of feels like you're on a stage almost with the lighting.
Yeah.
It's kind of a different feeling, so I can get why it's so historic.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Did you get a chance, like, around the outside? They have all the pictures of all the famous things that have gone on in there. You have to go check that out. It's pretty cool.
Definitely.
The other thing that I didn't notice, I've been in the Garden several times, but I didn't notice till last year when I was there. They have like a circle that goes all the way around, and there's like a whole area, like, and the people in the upper deck like look at the game below you. Mm-hmm. Like there's a whole bar up there, seating, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it was really.
Didn't know that.
Now, what would be really cool, the way it was shaped, was for hockey. Like if you were up there, because you'd be right on top of the ice watching the game, you know. But I was just amazed by it. I'd never seen anything like it. Like you turn around and there's people sitting behind you, but they're looking underneath you at the game. Yeah. It's wild. Do you guys get tomorrow off? Or okay.
Yeah, we do. First one in a while, so
it'd
be good for guys to get rested up.
Take a day off.
Maybe we'll get a snow day. Who knows? Everyone else is canceled, but I don't think Creighton has. So
really, everybody's out. You've already been checking. Everybody else canceled.
All the public schools and UNL, UNO. So maybe we're next, maybe not. So that'll kind of dictate how the day goes.
Wow. I grew up in northern Minnesota, so this is nothing.
No, it's not bad yet, but
yeah, we could get some snow tomorrow.
A wind would have changed.
I think they haven't used any of their snow days yet this year, so they're trying to use them up.
Probably.
Isaac, thanks.
Thank you.
Been playing great lately. Yeah, let's keep it going. Let's big game Sunday. Let's just flush this one and get ready for Sunday.
Yep, absolutely.
That's Isaac TRAUDT. His segment sponsored by CareMinders Home Health Care of Nebraska. Go to caremindersnebraska.com. And I'm doing a commercial here. So CareMinders Home Care of Nebraska. Check them out. Telephone number is 402-532-1383. If you need care for your injured or ill loved one, reach out to CareMinders, please. They do a terrific job, and Jim and his staff are so awesome over there. So check them out. 402-532-1383. That's caremindersnebraska.com. All right, waiting on Coach Murph here to show up for Coach's Corner.
Yeah, I just saw him. I guarantee you Murph's he's ready. Murph's ready.
All right.
He's ready. So? He's ready for these next couple of days. I can guarantee you that.
He's going to be the one throwing the ball up the cone?
Yeah, he's the one that basically brought this drill to CU, I would say. Him and DeVries, man. Too many long practices.
Well, you weren't here when Dana was here. What Dana used to do, the players would come in the old gym. The players used to walk in for practice. There'd be a stack of football pads over in the corner, and they'd be like, no. And he'd put helmets and pads on them, and they would go at it.
It's a different time. It's a different time, Tim.
I mean, hey, you guys better get physical on getting that rebound, because this is what's happening.
Yeah, compliance is way different.
Hey, let's talk about Discount Window and Door of Omaha. Fabulous sponsor this year. Want to thank them so much for helping us out. If you need new windows, this is the place to go. They do a fantastic job from start to finish with their prep. They come in, they check out your windows, check everything they have. You look at everything they have. There's the before and after of my windows, and it turned out fabulous. And then their installation process is off the charts. They in and out in no time. So check them out. That's Discount Window and Door of Omaha, 402-884-8989. That's 402-884-8989. It's now time for Coach's Corner. Coach Merfield here. Hey, Coach.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you, Coach. Wish it was on better circumstances.
You know, all I can say is all good things come to an end. Right?
Yeah.
What a tremendous run by these guys.
Well,
and
I said to people, I said, even the most ardent, like, I know coaches and players don't think this way, but the most ardent Jays fan, we just saw what Marquette did when they had to play that 3-game stretch, and they played some home games.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't expect you're just going to run this gauntlet here. You know, everybody's struggling when they got to play each other. So, hey, you might lose one. We hope not. But if you do, you got to flip the switch and get ready for Sunday.
Bounce back.
We're talking about something here during even this one, win streak. We have gotten away, giving up some offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
And tonight it came back and bit us, especially in that second half.
100%. And several of those we had our hands on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or they just almost dropped to the floor.
Yeah.
There was.
I mean, sometimes, you know, the Marquette game, it's hard to rebound an air ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it just happens sometimes where it just doesn't bounce your way. But tonight was a different story where we had the ball, and, you know, they just took it from us.
There was a time, not to pin this. This is just one play, but Jackson, freshman, you know, guy just took it away from him. And I mean,
I don't even. I think it happened to every one of our guys tonight.
Yeah.
You know, it was a
Absolutely.
consistent, and give them credit. I mean, you know, they battled. They came in here with a purpose. They're injured. They're beat up a little bit, and you know, they basically out-toughed us tonight, for lack of a better word. And
especially in the second half. Yeah.
And you can, you know, like you said, I mean, it's been a tough stretch. Guys are playing a lot of minutes. We need this break, right? We have tomorrow off. Thursday, we might do a little something, and then we'll get back at it pretty good on Friday and Saturday and go see what happens in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. I mean, you got to look, that's a high quad one win on the road. That's a big game, big
and,
chance.
You know, the great thing about this team is it's taking them one game at a time. It doesn't matter who we're playing. It just their focus has been tremendous. They respect everybody in terms of the opponent, and you know, it is what it is. I mean, it's a great group. I was just talking to a gentleman out there, and you know, I've been coaching at this level for 40 years. I have not coached a team more connected than this group. They really are.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, sometimes that's coach talk and all that, but this group is tremendous in that regard. They really like each other. They enjoy each other. They joke with each other. There's no cliques. And it's just a joy to be around them. And because of that, I know that we'll bounce back.
Absolutely.
We were talking to Isaac a little bit about this. Their big guys got in a lot of foul trouble.
Yeah.
And then they went small. Carabao was 25. Was that almost in a way more difficult?
Absolutely. Turn the game. I think, you know, and I don't, we'll look at film or whatever, but I think at that point in time, we probably focused too much on getting Ryan the ball in the low block instead of just letting it organically happen. I think we're going to look at that and say, you know, that was probably an error on our part or error on our guys' part of trying too hard to make it happen because we had a mismatch down there. So, yeah, I totally agree. When they went small like that, it was totally different. And also, the lineup that they started, we did not expect, with McNeely replacing Diarra because of Diarra's injury. So that was a little funky as well. But, again, I mean, things happen. We just, you know, Max said it after the game. I mean, the one thing we haven't done much this year is beat ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And we can look back on that and probably say, not to take anything away from Connecticut for sure.
Right.
But we probably beat ourselves.
Some sloppy turnovers.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Now, so going into the game, what was your game plan? Obviously, Diarra, I mean, Hurley has said, I heard him say yesterday that, you know, really, he goes, we should sit him, but he'd be out for 2 months till he healed up. So we got to just kind of manage this if he wants to play, wants to keep playing. So this is probably going to go forward. They're going to mix and match at the point guard.
It's. I guess we probably thought that they would play Mahaney. One, and then they have the freshman backing him up is kind of what we had prepared for. So they caught us off guard with that a little bit. But, again, we adjusted well. I mean, we had a 14-point lead, right? I mean, we're right there and controlling the game. But give them credit for sure, the way that they battled and you know, offensive rebounded.
Yeah. Man, first half, Jemiah was cooking. Those rebounds, I mean, he was way up above the rim on several rebounds and going after the ball and then, you know, getting the dunk and just playing with unbelievable energy.
Yeah, and that's Jemiah's game, right?
Yeah.
When he's aggressive, he's at his best. It's when he kind of gets in his own way sometimes when things aren't going his way or he's not getting the ball as much as he would like, he's got to let it happen as he did early on, as you mentioned. And you know, he's really grown in terms of where he was at the start of the year to where he is now into our system, for sure. I mean, he's accepted things, but, you know, he kind of gets in his own way a little bit because of his competitiveness and his willingness to do too much at times.
This isn't what lost the game, but let's just talk about like the last 30 seconds. So Caravan misses the free throw, so now we're down 3. We bring it down, and they did not foul. I mean, they let that clock run way down. What was kind of the plan there on?
The plan was if we thought if we're going to be down 4, we're going to go for a quick 2. Right?
Sure.
If we were down 3, then it was whatever you feel is best, whether it be a 3 or a 2. But they did foul, and I thought that they did a good job of fouling when they did, because it ran off a bunch of clock as well.
But I don't know if that was.
I think that was.
I'm not sure if that was planned,
yeah,
because
I think it was, because he kind of grabbed him.
But I don't think they.
Let me take
they
that
looked
back.
like they were trying to foul there a couple times.
Let me take that back. They grab and hold the whole game.
Well, Danny didn't get a tee tonight, but he came close. He came
sure
close. He came close.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw the stat on Twitter. The Hurley brothers lead the nation. Danny's #1 since 2010 with 45 techs, and Bobby's #2 with.
Doesn't surprise me at all. And if you watch any Arizona State games and you think Danny's crazy, Bobby's right there with him. And it looked like Ash was almost gonna try and just go around the corner, and then he's like, "Oh, I maybe need to keep it 3." You know what?
Is that the what? Was it earlier that his 3 was in and out? Like it was.
That was earlier, that was halfway. But that was the thing in the first half too. When they cut it, it was 14. They got it down to like 10, 12. We had 3 possessions,
wide open,
great shots, all of them in and out.
Offensive rebounded, if I remember.
Yes,
we had 2 or 3 on that possession.
Jackson got 1. Yeah.
So, I mean, we went 7 for 24 from 3. How many of those were bad shots? Maybe 2 or 3, right?
Yep.
So, well. It's kind of unusual.
Wow.
Is it the plastic orange guy going in the rim?
You say that again?
The plastic orange guy going in the rim? Some rebounding drills coming out soon?
Yeah. I mean, like we talked about, though, we had the ball.
Yeah.
You know, we'll have to look, watch the video and see. But we know that is a weakness of this team for sure. And it's an emphasis. You know, these last couple of weeks, because of, not weeks, but the last maybe 10, 12 days, we haven't been able to practice. So, to put the orange bubble and work on rebounding, it's hard.
Right.
Because you guys are playing big minutes. So
Absolutely.
this week is going to be, this week is going to be good.
Understood.
Off tomorrow. Probably a light day on Thursday, and then it could come out on Friday.
I like that.
It could come out on Friday. And then next week,
I'm there, Murph.
we play Sunday. We'll take Monday and Tuesday off.
Yep.
And then, here we go the rest of the way.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we got to just get through this game, and then the schedule flips around again, right?
Yep.
You get some of the lower place teams even at home. So
and as I said, these guys focus on the opponent. They don't look at who it is or what. They're total. I think we've had one time all year, and that was a Seton Hall game at home, where maybe we didn't respect the opponent, and they got off to a decent start against us, but then second half we came out and played well. So that's the only time that I would say that these guys weren't as focused as we need them to be.
Fair.
Yeah. Wow. I've said this. I've watched them quite a few times. Over the last 2 weeks, St. John's has ratcheted up their defense even higher. I mean, the other night against UConn couldn't even get in their offense, and the shot clock would run out.
And offensive rebounder.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's crashing it.
It's who they are. I mean, a big thing for it is going to be, how is the game going to be officiated? Okay.
Yes, absolutely. That's huge.
They played St. John's, Marquette, 42 fouls called in that game. It just comes down to that, and if they're not being called, we have to adjust. The officials, it's a hard job.
Yep.
First of all.
Especially the way they play.
Yeah, it's really hard. So.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot. Appreciate
it, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Oh, thank you. Austin, good to see you.
Always.
Thank you.
All right. That was brought to you by Discount Window and Door of Omaha. Check them out. Fabulous products, high quality, the best that there is to get out there. So check out Discount Window and Door of Omaha. Caleb, check your check your phone a second there. All right. Well, let's go to Unsung Heroes tonight.
I'm going Ty Davis.
Okay. Tell me
I'm
why.
going Ty Davis.
Tell me why.
Came in, controlled the game. Ash was sitting with 2. He's just growing, you know, and he's slowly growing on me, you know, and he's just finding his ways to affect the game, you know. I think he had the highest plus minus, him and Fedor, but just did a great job, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Just kind of operating the team, played great defense, put up some good shots. You know, finally saw him actually feel confident in a 3 that was halfway down the basket. Just looked good, you know.
And he took the hole once and got hammered, and there was no call.
Yep, that too. Got to the bucket. You know, tucking in the defense, kind of getting downhill. You know, he's looking a little more confident, look a little more comfortable. Kind of some of that what Murph just touched on. You know, I just think a lot of guys too have confidence in him, so that probably breeds a lot of what he's, you know, showing. But he looked good to me, you know, and I just think he's only going to get better, you know, as time goes. So, yeah.
I don't have a problem with that one. I don't know who else I'd go with. I really don't know. I mean, maybe Fedor, but gosh, he had a wide open look and just left it woefully short. I mean, that was really not a...
Left it short, but he's still finding legs. You know, that's the thing. He's...
Yeah, I know, but...
When his minutes are fluctuating,
we're getting into the meat of the season here.
But his minutes are fluctuating. That's the thing.
Understand.
Practice is 1,000 times different than a game.
I understand, but then maybe we gotta have somebody else out there. Okay.
Who are we going to put out there, though?
Well, I know.
Right
I like Fedor out there because Fedor can take it to the hole. That's what I like.
Not even that, but, like, he's also he's a threat is the thing.
Right.
You know, like Mason per se, even Jason at times, they're not even looking at the rim.
Yeah.
So
if
you're not a threat, you know, the defense is just going to collapse.
The reason I like Fedor out there, he's physical on defense, and then offense, he can put the ball on the floor and take it to the hole, which is something we don't have a lot of, okay?
He can play, man.
So... but yeah, I don't have a problem. I like the Ty's always aggressive, and yeah, wide open. The shot looked good to me and just rimmed out.
Play some good defense.
Got clobbered on the way to the basket, which will segue into worst call of the night. I don't know if that one was worst. I frankly,
the trap at the end.
People aren't gonna like hearing this. Hurley had some points.
No, he did. He did. And that's kind of where I was too. And I would be like, well, he might have been right. There was a couple. There was a travel that he wanted.
He just wanted it on both ends of the floor, and he didn't get it for a while.
Demonstrative.
Yeah.
You know, and like there's a way to talk to somebody, right?
Yeah.
And like he just kind of
he was
doesn't know how
close to getting a tee.
He doesn't know how to talk to individuals.
And he knew he couldn't because at that point they were down, I think, 8. He gets a tee there, then it's 10.
Yep.
And the one that they really missed, though, in the first half, we get the ball in the caulk, and he just got raked. And he had the ball up like this. Guy came over the top and just raked him, and they didn't blow the whistle. That should have been a clear-cut foul.
Fair.
Yeah, and this was kind of a goofy crew, I thought. This wasn't their typical...
A little different. One of those guys...
Yeah, the one is Clockerty. Where do we got the refs on here? We should have them somewhere. Come on, Rob. Usually have them right at the top. I don't see them. Gaffney, that's the guy.
Yep.
Gaffney's a long. Yep. Yeah, they're there. Gaffney. Morrison Groover refs some, but we just never have them.
No.
We have Gaffney every once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember him pretty handily.
He, at one point in the first half, Hurley said his piece, and he said, all right, and he walked away, and then Hurley came back again, and it was so loud in there that I don't think he heard him. I think if he'd heard him, he would have teed him.
Was that when he yelled back at him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came out of the huddle a little bit, and Gaffney was walking back to get a drink by the end of the basket.
I got you.
And, yeah.
Yep.
What do you think about the students with the profanity tonight? students
dollar
are
beers,
dollar
man,
beers.
and
Yeah, my wife was pretty upset about it, and I'm like,
it is what it is. You know, they're kids still, right? Like at this point. And it's
well, I know
college,
back in the day, Raps would have went out there and told them to shut up. But
it's just it's a different time right now. And Hurley comes in with the edge. And we've kind of got this thing built up a little bit.
People behind me were saying, "Jeez," you can tell they don't like watch a lot of other games. It's great, and they're like, "Jeez, this guy is a maniac."
Yeah.
And you know who almost got teed up was Luke Murray tonight. There was twice where he came way out, and the ref blew the whistle, and Hurley thought they were coming for him, and he went to Luke and goes, "Zip it, shut up, sit down. I'm not going to take it from you too." And he was really animated. I was going to tell you this, walking over here. So the group with my wife went home with our friends, so they took off. And I was kind of in the arena late. So I'm walking by myself, which I don't do very often, out of the arena. So I'm not talking to him. I'm just listening. Man, do you hear some crap? It's just like,
oh yeah.
You're just like, you just want to turn around and go, have you people ever watched a basketball? The guy's walking out, he goes, we shot 50% in the first half, but the second half, I'll bet you we shot maybe, I don't know, horrible, like 35%. I'm thinking, if you're going to look at the stats, you're going to wish we shot 35% from three.
Right. Right. Yeah. I'm kind
it's just funny.
It's just funny
because I'm usually talking to somebody walking out, not really paying attention to what people say. But when I was walking a little further tonight, and I was listening to all the people. I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's driven me to a point, and I can't really sit around it anymore. But some of that is just it's hard to listen to. But they mean.
All right. Early on, I mentioned about Isaac. Isaac's going to be with us a week from Thursday at the Infusion Brewing Company. Same type of event we had back in November. A little bit different. We've got Lauren Jensen and Morgan Malley going to come from the women's team. Two of the best players in the league are going to show up. We're going to have some coaches from the women's team as well, and coaches from the men's team along with Isaac there. So a tremendous event sponsored by Infusion Brewing and RTI Threads. RTI is going to have their full layout of clothing just like they did last time. You can purchase. Isaac, Lauren, Morgan will all be there signing autographs, taking pictures, signing merchandise, whatever you want. They will do it. We'll have a Q&A with them as well, Q&A with the coaches. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to have drink specials. We're going to have pizza. It's going to be awesome. So if you loved the last event, you're going to really love this one. So I would go on Twitter. We put something on Twitter. There's a little thing you can RSVP, which will help us out a lot in seeing how many people are going to show up. We had a huge crowd last time. We're expecting a bigger crowd this time. So at some point, we've got to limit the crowd. So get in now to get your RSVP in there. And you can also email us at bluejbanner@gmail.com. We'll take your emails as well, and we'll reach out to you and let you know. But this is going to be a fun event. After we're done with St. John's, and we got a week off, and the women will just play it on Wednesday, and they got some time off, so it'll be a great event. So Austin and I will be there signing autographs, taking pictures.
You got to pay for mine, unfortunately. I don't sign them for free anymore.
Oh, yeah. Really?
Yeah, I got children and mouths to feed, so it's tough times. It's tough times.
This is what I deal with, people. And
tough times right now.
We didn't want to get into tonight because it was a tough game, but next Thursday, we're going to get with Ike. We're going to be talking a little golf between the three of us.
Oh, yeah.
So be ready for that.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
And Isaac and I will do a little smack talk.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, here's the deal. We're 2 games. We're still in second. We're a game ahead of Marquette and UConn. We are, I think we're only half a game ahead of Marquette right now. But anyway, lost column I'm going by. We are kind of 2 games behind St. John's right now. However, not doing anything tomorrow night. If it's snow day, could be snowy, don't have anything to turn on the tube, FS1. St. John's goes to Villanova. That's not going to be an easy game for them.
No, not at all.
Okay?
Not at all.
So if they lose that one, boom. Status quo, we're right back now. We win Sunday. we will be tied, but we would have the tiebreaker, and we are done with the top 3. They still have to play UConn and Marquette.
Yep.
So, man, it would all switch in Creighton's favor. So, check it out tomorrow night. Also, go to Bracketville, bracketville.wordpress.com. You'll see my bracket. I'll actually, next week from Thursday, I'm going to talk brackets, too, because we're going to be another week beyond. We're getting close to figuring out where we're going to land. New bracket today, I had a 6. Maybe stay there, maybe go back to 7. Depends on what happens. But also, you can go to Banner Brackets on YouTube on Thursday night. The top bracketologists in the country will be previewing the top 16 reveal. So they're going to go through the whole selection process, get your top 16, so you'll know ahead of Saturday how it's probably all going to shake out. But go to BlueJayBanner.com, as always, for all your Creighton coverage. Follow us on Twitter, @BlueJayBanner. And again, thanks for watching on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are growing like crazy. We've got some new features now that we hit a new tier. Max and I are busy trying to figure them out. One is like a power chat thing. So I like that. So we got to get more engagement with the chat. So we're excited about that.
Nice.
So thanks. I know it's late. Thanks for all those who stayed up, and I'm sure a bunch of you will watch this in the morning. Appreciate it. And our next show will be Sunday afternoon, a late Sunday afternoon post-game show after the St. John's game. Come on down to Let It Fly, watch the game with us, and it's going to be a big one. So thanks, everybody. We'll see you Sunday.